Hi, I'm Erica, and this is my husband, Chris. Say hi.
Hi. Waiting for my cues.
Good job, honey. And we're, what are we doing? Right, we're having a baby.
It's what we already did.
Right.
We're going to talk about what we already did.
Yes, we're having our fourth baby, and since we've been through this a few times, my husband, I've volunteered him to, we talk about things that men can expect to happen during the wife's pregnancy, to educate them, so they can be alive at the end of this.
Why don't I just start?
Yes, that would be great.
Are you feeling okay right now?
Dude, seriously, stop asking me that.
I just made a mistake. Don't do that.
No.
The answer is no.
It will always be no. So guys, don't ask that. It will infuriate your wife.
Yes.
Like, it will be like, seriously?
Yes.
The answer is never changing.
They don't feel good.
Just, period.
At all.
It's just the end. There's nothing more to add to that statement.
They smile a lot, but that doesn't mean they feel good.
Yeah.
So I want to tell a little story from the first pregnancy. And we had a little banter that we would normally go through that usually we would laugh at. And she started crying. I had no idea what I was supposed to do next. You're not crying now, are you?
I'm laughing.
Okay. Humor.
Just tears.
Humor has taken control. So, be careful.
I honestly do not remember this story at all.
She doesn't.
I have no idea this happened.
I remember it clearly.
He clearly does, because it traumatized the poor man.
She didn't speak to me until the next day.
Wow, I literally did not remember that.
That's not true. She was laughing 5 minutes later. That's what the most confusing part is. Mood swings. It doesn't matter who she is. She will have them. You may not see them. And this is the problem. There are no baby psychologists.
Baby psychologist.
Maternity
There
psychologists.
you go.
You can't send your wife or significant other to somebody to fix these problems. You have to tread softly.
Mm-hmm. It's very, very true.
When they ask for ice cream, give it to them. Erica has a tendency to quit soda at the beginning of every pregnancy. In the last couple of weeks, she has decided that Dr. Pepper is a good thing.
Even though it tastes really bad, I still drink it anyways.
She has a different experience every time she drinks it. Mm-hmm. And I keep telling her, you usually quit during pregnancy. And she says, shut up.
Don't tell me what to do.
I said, well, the caffeine, it's gonna go through the blood into the baby. It hasn't affected him. I want it. Yes, dear.
That's the correct answer.
Yes, dear.
Is, honey, will you go and get me a Dr. Pepper from QT?
Yes, dear.
There you go. He wins. That's a winning man right there. He will survive another day.
An alternate answer that you could try is, no, but I'd love it if you'd go and get me one too.
Don't say that.
She told me when we were going to make this video that I should be completely honest about what happens to men during pregnancy. But as I sit here, I fear for my life. This is honesty.
Is it because I'm sitting so close?
No.
You know I'm not going to get mad at you.
Yes. You will.
Maybe I will. A little bit.
No, it's really fine. It's a walk in the park. Really, it's an enjoyable time when you have no idea what's going to happen next, and spontaneity is good, right?
Ooh, it's like a choose your own adventure.
Except that the man does not get to choose,
Right,
except for the first part. You start the adventure.
This is true.
and you go where she says to.
Right. It's my choose your
Choose her own adventure
for you. It's a good one.
So you might find yourself being that person in the book that gets left behind on page 5. You don't want to do that.
No.
So be careful. The things that that I had to learn, and this is I think the one thing that's been scripted. Except it's not scripted.
No, I don't know what he's gonna go for either.
She told me to talk about my confusion early on. I didn't understand really how this baby could fit in there. I knew the concept. I knew that there was a place where the baby would grow and get bigger and bigger. But I just couldn't quite wrap my head around what happens to everything else. Is there some cavity inside your body that is already big enough and everything's just hunky-dory in there? It's not hunky-dory at all. She talks about the baby using her bladder as a trampoline. That's a fun one. Every once in a while she laughs and I say, "What was that?" "Oh, I don't know, it was weird. It's like he just took his fingernails and scraped my insides." I said, "That felt funny? You laughed?" "Well, no, it didn't hurt, but it was kind of weird, so I didn't know what else to do but laugh." I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about the movie Alien, and the alien bursting out from the middle of a person's body, and I don't know. It was really hard for me to think about that and think, this is a glorious experience for you, honey. I'm so glad that we've chosen to do this. First, second, third, and now fourth times.
Mm-hmm.
So, apparently the organs just get pushed around. The, what is it? Your kidneys, right? Your kidneys get pushed off to the side, and
intestines go up like my rib cage.
She was sitting in this chair, kind of leaned over talking to me, and says, "This is really weird. This is where the middle of my body is, but my belly button's over here." When she says, "Don't do that, it hurts," she's being serious. Mm-hmm. When you say, "Ow, I'm really aching today," don't do that.
Big mistake.
You don't have a human inside you pushing on the insides of you.
Nope. You don't hurt. You don't understand. Nope.
Do you know what it feels like to be kicked in the junk? From the inside. No, you don't.
No.
She does.
I do.
These are things that I've learned along the way.
And if I complain that I'm hurting,
don't try and make it better.
No, don't.
Offer to go and get a Dr. Pepper.
Or an ice cream.
Or
a treat, and be like, "Hey, you know what?
Is there anything I can go and get you?"
I spontaneously want to go out and run and get you something amazing, so...
Her body will take care of the baby to the point of damaging her first.
Yes.
She came home, she says, "I fell down today and I just about died. We needed to go to the hospital. We needed to check and see how the baby was doing." Mm-hmm. We didn't do these things because she knew what was going on. Mm-hmm. I didn't. She says, "No, you see how my belly is big? A lot of that is to protect the baby. The baby's in there all cushioned in all nice in a nice sack of amniotic fluid." I like to say amniotic fluid.
Yeah, that word is just weird to me.
You'll experience that during labor. Mm-hmm. Stay away.
I was gonna say, don't look.
Don't look.
I don't even look. I think it's disgusting.
Don't ask what's there. What's that coming out?
No.
The baby's coming out. Nothing else matters. Ignore it.
I don't like
one of the things I learned with our second, Amelia, was that the nurse is going to watch you too, not just her. Mm-hmm. We were having the epidural, big needle, stabbed into your wife's spine or significant other. I should probably add that in all the time.
Yes.
They're going to take a very large needle and stab it into her spine. At least that's how it feels.
It's exactly how it feels.
It hasn't been poked into me. That's
exactly how it feels.
So during Amelia, when the epidural was being placed with Amelia, I was watching, and I thought everything was just fine. Once the needle was placed and taped, I got tackled, and that's not a joke.
No, it's not.
The nurse, the moment the anesthesiologist was done with Erica, the nurse, I had noticed her looking at me. She kept glancing over at me. I'm thinking, why do you keep looking at me? Watch that. So the moment it was done, she turned, she walked over to me and hooked her arms under my armpits and walked me over to a couch and sat me down. She physically took me to the couch and put me down. And I said, what are you doing? She said, I'm checking your blood pressure because you are white. I'm, okay, not the racial thing. I was pale.
There you go. Because you're white. Oh, man.
I was pale.
You go.
She said that she could tell that my blood pressure was skyrocketing and that I was about to pass out. And she was right. She used such terms as stroke and death because I was freaking out.
Meanwhile, I had no idea this was happening behind me.
I didn't think I was freaking out. I felt fine. But I was apparently freaking out.
Oh, and something about when your significant other, partner, whatever, wife is in labor, don't leave the room to go eat sandwiches or burgers.
She might tell you it's okay, but it's not.
Don't leave the room. Unless she says, leave the room for 5 seconds and come back because you're getting me some ice chips. Don't leave to feed yourself because she can't eat if she's got an epidural or anything.
This was with the first baby.
This was the first.
We had gone in to have, she had the epidural, and we were inducing labor with a 10 days late baby. Mm-hmm. Apparently this can be normal on the first child, so don't put too much value to the due date the doctor says.
Yeah.
1 week plus or minus is fairly normal. You're at the edge of normal for 2 weeks late or 2 weeks early. Out there in the morning, we didn't plan ahead. Plan ahead. Don't just pack her bag. Pack yours too.
Pack a bag for your, yeah.
She won't like it if you have a bag of chips in the room. But she'll like it better than you leaving.
Yeah.
So we had been in the hospital. We had gotten there at 3 a.m.
It was like 3 or 4 a.m.
3 or 4 a.m.
Yeah.
It was
early.
About 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The nurse had her practicing for about an hour and a half, and my mom called. And,
so dumb.
I hadn't eaten anything since the night before.
Yeah, we didn't, because I couldn't eat in the morning.
And so it was getting close to 24 hours with no food. So my mom called and said, "Do you need dinner?" I said, "Erica, can my mom bring me dinner?" She says, "Yes, but you can't bring it in here." I thought that was permission to go sit in the lobby and eat it. It was not.
Sat in the lobby.
I went out, I sat down, I was eating fast.
Not fast enough.
Not fast enough. So, should this be your fate, have your mom stand in the hallway, step out for a bite, and come back in.
Yes.
Step out for another bite, and come back in. A phone call from her mom saying, she needs you back in here. And I ran back in. This was with the second baby.
Oh, that was the second one. He did this twice.
With the second baby, I did not have food with me. So we got her in, and we said, you know what? We tried to be smarter about it. We really did. We said, there's a convenience store around the corner from the hospital.
Well, and we also thought it would take just as long as the first one.
That's what it was. We said, okay, well, we'll get you in, we'll get you settled in. The last time we had to induce, it was 12 hours before the baby came. So once you're settled in, all the drugs are flowing, I'm going to check out real quick. I'm going to run a quarter mile down the street.
It wasn't very far at all.
I walked straight out of the hospital. I didn't walk slow. I walked quickly. I got in the car, and I broke a few laws. No, I didn't.
No.
It was only a quarter mile. I went down, I went into the convenience store, I found the bag of chips I wanted and the bottle of soda I wanted. I paid, I walked out. There was no line. There were no delays. I get back to the hospital, and the room's all a bustle because They've lost the heartbeat a couple of times. They think that the umbilical cord is wrapped around the baby's neck, and she's already proceeding down the birth canal.
Yeah, the baby was literally
She was
already coming.
20 minutes after I got back with my chips and soda that I didn't even open until after the baby was born. The baby was born.
The baby was born. Yes.
Plan ahead and don't leave the hospital.
Under any
circumstance.
circumstance, do not leave the hospital for any reason.
If you're having long labor and it happens, 24 hours, 36 hours, she's not going to be happy, but you're going to have to eat. But have somebody bring it to you. Don't leave the hospital.
Don't leave the room. That's when everything happens.
This is your fault. You did the deed. You know what I'm talking about. I don't need to explain. It is your fault. So as she yells, "This is your fault." Yes, dear. Yes, dear. A celebrity recently said that a woman should be joyfully available.
No.
No.
Not during pregnancy.
No.
There's no way.
She may have been joyfully available, but now it's your fault.
Now it's your fault, and now I can no longer be that way.
We may have to cut this part. I don't know if they've copyrighted joyfully available.
That's true. They may have.
So I think there were other things. This has been... humor is good.
Oh, for sure.
I think that's why we kind of fall back to that a lot. Is again, it'll hurt her to laugh really hard, but at least she's not crying.
That's true. But then don't do too much humor, because then it will turn into...
Then it'll hurt so bad she cries.
No. It turns into a... You're offending me because either you're making fun somehow. You may not be, but you will somehow be making fun of her.
This is true.
I don't know.
One morning I got up to leave for work.
Oh, yeah.
And I said to her later on in the evening, I said, I was going to come over and put my hand on your butt and shake you and say goodbye, but I couldn't find your butt. There were pillows and blankets everywhere. I couldn't identify what was human and what was pillow and blanket. That's not what she heard. She says, "Oh, thanks. My entire body looks like a butt. Thanks a lot, honey."
See?
This is dangerous.
Simple ways you phrase a sentence can turn into a complete disaster. So really, if you're not the type of person who doesn't really stop to think about what you say before you say it, you should learn to do that.
If there's already a baby, I apologize, this video comes too late. But be careful.
This video comes too late.
I may not have been able to save you.
We apologize for that.
She has a baby inside. This is another one. Alright. So there were times that I got sick while she was pregnant.
That's the worst.
I don't think I acted like a baby. I just wanted things brought to me. That's what happened when I was sick when I was a kid. I thought that she would bring me soup and water. And she did. But I just wasn't allowed to act like a baby.
No. You know how men are when they get colds?
We have our fourth child on the way.
Were you about to say July?
Child.
Choiled?
So...
his name is Choiled, by the way. I'm just kidding.
His name's Leonard.
It's not Choiled. It's Leonard.
Leonard Christopher. My name is Christopher.
Christopher.
Leonard Christopher. He's going to be a good boy.
That's what we hope.
He is human while he's in there and after he's born.
Yes.
He's not an alien.
This is fact.
He's not a parasite.
No.
This was the mistake of the fourth pregnancy. I decided to call the child a parasite. You have a parasite growing within you.